Hello everybody, my name is Mike. I've been doing tires and wheels for 30 years, and today I'm going to show you how to properly mount and dismount a tire. Okay, I'm going to line up the machine to where I want it. The clamps are open. We always want to clamp the wheels from the outside, right? Never clamp from the inside. And one of the reasons why you don't want to clamp from the inside, as the time goes by, these little things wear out. And you don't notice it. A lot of people don't notice it. But when you clamp from the inside and they're worn out, this wheel can jump out. Another reason why you don't want to clamp from the inside is because if it's a nice wheel, it's going to cause damage to the wheel all around with the clamps. And the ones that you can clamp from the inside are going to be your steel wheels. But I also recommend that you keep an eye on these. Because even on a steel wheel, if your machine is 10 years old and you never change these, they could be worn out. So keep an eye on that also, because you don't want no accidents happening. Okay, this is a steel wheel right here. Typical steel wheel. These you can clamp from the inside. Always, like I said, making sure that your clamps are not worn out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my machine so I can mount the tire. You want to set up the head first, and once you get the tire, it's ready to be mounted. There it is, it's set, ready. Here goes the tire. We're going to set it on the wheel. We're going to lube the tire, and we're also going to lube the wheel here and this one. Right there, all around. Bam. Lube the front and lube the back. Always put your DOT on the front of the tires, of the wheel. It goes out. Okay, now I'm going to explain why I lube the wheel. This area, I lube all around. Okay, and the reason is because when the tire is getting aired up, you want it to air up and pop fast. You don't want to be waiting for it or risking that you didn't lube it and it won't lock in correctly. Okay, let me show you where the DOT is and what the DOT means. This number right here, it says 1622. This tire was manufactured on the 16th week of 2022. Okay, now the DOT, you never want to hide it from the customer. You always want to mount it facing out. It's important that the customer knows when this tire was manufactured. Okay, now when we mount the tire, the first thing we got to check where the sensor is. This one doesn't have a sensor, but you treat every tire and wheel like it has a sensor. The reason why it's important that you move the sensor this way, okay, let me show you, because if you lock in the tire right there, you spin it, it's going to catch the sensor, and the sensor is going to break, and now you're costing your company money. Not only that, having to install another sensor is going to take time and money, and the customer does not want to be waiting around because time is money. Now we're going to mount the first part of the tire, and we have our sensor at 12 o'clock. We're going to lock the tire onto the head of the machine, and there, it's locked in. We're going to spin it, but we're also going to help it a little bit. There it is. You want to bring your valve stem, your sensor, back to 12 o'clock. Okay? Now, you're going to set in your top part so you can mount the tire. And you're going to use this right here, this little helper. That's going to lock it onto the second part of the head. Okay? You're going to grab the bar, wedge it. You don't have to strength, power, nothing, just wedge it. Okay? Once you're starting to go on, you want to release this part a little bit, because you don't want to tear the bead with the head, because if you keep it down, you can tear the bead. That's what we don't want. With this tire, you can get away with mounting the tire, the bottom and the top part at 12 o'clock. Now, if you have a low pro tire, I'm going to show you. how to use it. Because when you have a low profile tire, it's less tire, and it could catch the sensor if you use the 12 o'clock method. What you want to do is set your tire, your sensor right here. It's 9 o'clock, between 9 and 11. And the main thing you want to pay attention to is that you do not catch the sensor if you have a low pro. Right here where I wedged the tire, if you can see the valve stems right there, it's going to start moving away from that area. See that? It's away from the sensor. And your tire is going to, if it's a low pro tire and you're using the 12 o'clock method, it'll land over here. Instead, with this method, 9 o'clock or 11, you will not catch the sensor. See that? Bang. Okay? Now we have the tire mounted, and I'm going to air up the tire. We have to remove the head first. Put your valve stem where your air is. There we go, right there. Take the core out. Always take the core out when you're going to air up a tire. The reason why, because it could take longer to air and to set the bead. Okay? Once you start airing it up, release your wheel. You don't want to keep it locked in with your air in it because it will get locked in with the tire. The lube, when it's going to pop, make sure it's facing that way when the tire is going to pop. Okay? Check your tire. If you have a used tire, you're mounting a used tire, check your tire when you air it up. Right now I have an 18 pounds, perfect amount to check it. Check the bottom also for knots. When you have a tire getting a knot around it, in the bottom or on top, stop airing it up. That tire is no good. Okay? Always check the pressure on the vehicle, how much the tire takes, and you'll be all right. This one takes 35. Now, I'm going to back up a little bit and show y'all what I mean by releasing your tire when you're going to air it up. What can happen is your tire can get stuck. This clamp can get stuck in between the wheel and the tire, and it can damage the tire, or you will have a hard time taking it off, and it might even end up throwing it out. In our next video, I'm going to be showing you how to dismount a tire without damaging the sensor, the tire, or the wheel. Give us some likes, give us some comments, and if we're showing you or teaching you anything, we'd like to know. Thanks for watching the video. Have a good one.